Comic-Con! And I'm sorry this video is a little bit late, I've been busy, but hey, now I got time, so I got some work to do here.
I have so much work to do.
Because San Diego Comic-Con is going on this weekend, which means I got some things to talk about. So yesterday was Amazon Prime's panel, and not only did they announce that Hazbin Hotel is getting 2 more seasons after season 2, which, oh my god, hell yeah! But also, we got a new trailer for The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power season 2, so let's talk about that. Now, first of all, this trailer is almost 4 minutes long, and I'm noticing that trend in trailers these days. I've been seeing trailers that are over 3 minutes long, starting with Wicked, then Gladiator 2, now this, and I don't like it because I feel like it's showing too much. I mean, that being said, for this, I am actually fine with it, because it's a TV season, obviously longer than a movie, so I actually don't feel like this trailer is showing too much. But yeah, for movie trailers, let's stop doing that, okay? Okay, good. Now that we're agreed, let's dive into this.
Sauron sees himself as master of all Middle-earth.
So the beginning of this trailer shows that Galadriel, it looks like she is starting to succumb to the power of those elven rings. Or I guess more specifically, the one she gets. I forget what it's called.
This is Nennu, the Ring of Adamant.
Right, thanks Kate. But this is interesting though, because we've never really seen Galadriel go through this with a ring. We've seen it with Bilbo, we've seen it with Smeagol, we've seen it with Frodo, but never an elf.
I know you believe this ring is deceiving me, but I believe it is guiding me.
And yeah, it's not just the one ring that has the power to ensnare its bearers. No, all of Sauron's rings have that power. That's why he made those rings. It was a big trick, as this trailer illustrates.
All this may be by his design. These rings may be how he attains power.
I think that's really cool. It's showing Sauron's master plan, which yeah, it shows Celebrimbor is still forging for him, I guess.
What am I to call you?
A sharer of gifts.
You gotta wonder why. Sauron must have him trapped somehow. Cause Celebrimbor, he knows that that dude's Sauron, right? Was that not revealed at the end of season 1, or did only Galadriel learn that? That actually could be possible. I'll have to rewatch. And I do kind of get why this trailer is almost 4 minutes long, because there are a lot of story arcs in this show. Different pockets with different characters doing different things. And so I guess this trailer wanted to show all of that, since the teaser really didn't. So in this trailer, we see things like Nori Brandyfoot and the Wizard. That is one arc that the teaser didn't show. Yeah, last we left them at the end of season 1, this stranger wizard, whoever he is, probably Gandalf or Saruman, he's like, I need to discover who I am, but I fight for good. So he and Nori are off on an adventure to the land of Rune. Or Rune. Rune? I'm not gonna pretend to know what the hell is over there, but we do get a character who, yeah, this has sparked a bit of talk. Tom Bombadil has entered the show. Now, like I've said, I've never read the Lord of the Rings books. I'm not an expert in Tolkien's Middle-earth lore, but I've heard of the character Tom Bombadil. Everyone's heard of him. He's a merry old fellow. That being said, I really don't know anything about him, except for the fact that he lived for a long time, I guess. I don't know how or why, but he's here in The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power season 2, and I guess he's talking to the wizard. Maybe he'll have some answers about who he is. And of course, I imagine some fans will be pissed about him being in the show, some will be okay with it. I'm gonna wait to pass judgment, because again, I don't really know if this is even being accurate or not. Not that that matters anyway, because this is an adaptation, but I'm just saying, I don't hate anything I see with him in this trailer. In fact, I don't hate anything I see in this trailer. Quite the contrary, actually, because some of these visual effects, oh my god, there's some awesome looking shit in this big trailer, dude. I mean, come on, that shot with the Balrog going down and pulling out his fire weapon, I was like, that is badass. We saw in episode 7 of season 1 that the dwarves in Khazad-dûm have a Balrog, so they're gonna be using that in this season. That thing's gonna see some action. In fact, the dwarves in Khazad-dûm, it actually looks like they're gonna be playing a pretty big role in this season altogether. Cause it looks like, yeah, they got their 7 rings here. 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone. Cause we see again, King Durin III, he's got his ring with the big blue crystal on it. That definitely seems to be ensnaring him. Not too difficult for a dwarf, because dwarves, they covet jewelry. We know this from The Hobbit. That's what Thorin Oakenshield was all about, his treasure in Erebor. It made him sick. Looks like this is more or less what's going to be happening to King Durin III here, but instead it's with one of Sauron's dwarven rings, which again, I think that's pretty cool. We even see his son, Prince Durin IV. He's like, yeah, that ring is bad news, Pops. That needs to come off.
Father, take off the ring.
Makes me wonder if King Durin III is gonna die this season. Because I imagine at some point in the show, King Durin III will die, and then his son, Prince Durin IV, will take up the throne as the next king of the dwarves in Khazad-dûm. So who knows, maybe this is gonna be the season where that happens. And maybe it'll be because of that damn ring. I don't know, that's just a wild theory. I'm not even saying that's what I think is gonna happen. I'm just thinking out loud. That's kind of what I do in these videos these days. Because it's fun. One of my favorite things I saw in this trailer caught me completely off guard.
Forgiveness takes an age.
The Ents! The Ents are back! I love the Ents, dude. My dad and I were just watching Two Towers just the other day. And every time I watch Two Towers, I'm always like, yeah, Treebeard's awesome. I forgot how awesome Treebeard is. Cause it's true, I mean, come on, it's a big walking tree who talks all slow and Borarum. You just think majestic when you see the Ents, you know? So how can I not be excited to see them back in live action? There's even one point where you see what looks like this same Ent is gonna throw down a little bit. I don't know who this Ent is, but yeah. I want to see that, like a lot. Towards the end of this trailer, we get this line from Sauron.
You will give me the 9.
And right there, I was like, alright, so we're already going to the Rings of Men, because that's the 9, right? 3 for the elves, 7 for the dwarves, 9 for the race of men, who above all else desire power. These 9 rings for the 9 kings of men, we learned about this in Fellowship of the Ring. Strider told the hobbits about it, they were once great kings of men, but blinded by their greed, they accepted the rings from Sauron, and they eventually became the Nazgul. So alright, I guess in this second season of Rings of Power, we might just be getting all the rest of the Rings of Power. We have the 3 elven rings, we're getting the 7 dwarven rings, and we might just be getting the 9 rings of men as well. Now that just makes me wonder when we're gonna be seeing Sauron forging the One Ring all in secret and shit. Man, when I tell you, this is some cool shit right there. Yeah, man, I'm excited for this. Again, I know this show, The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, is divisive among fans. I'm not an idiot. I've seen the hate out there on the internet for this show that diehard Tolkien fans, some of them do have. But again, I apologize for none of it. I love the show. I love season 1. I'm super hyped for season 2. Bring it on. I'm ready. It's premiering on Amazon Prime Video in just a little over a month from now, August 29th. And yeah, it looks like it's gonna be awesome. With Galadriel and the elves, the line of Durin with the dwarves, with Nori and the wizard, and we do see a little bit of Elendil and Queen Muriel back in Numenor. Again, that was my favorite arc in season 1. I wonder where that's gonna go here in season 2, with the blind queen. I want her to become a blind badass now, because I love blind badass characters with Daredevil, Toph, Beifong, Kanan Jarrus. Come on, let's add Queen Muriel to that list. Let's make it happen. I can't wait for this season, dude. Alright, so the San Diego Comic-Con trailer for The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Season 2. Have you watched it yet? What are your thoughts on this? And what are your newly educated theories and predictions for this season, now that we've seen this trailer? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Peace!